Welcome to PM Movie Recaps. Today's pick is a crime and thriller of 2021, Cop Shop. If you're ready, let's enjoy the video. A man named Teddy Moretto is seen driving a stolen police car at high speed on a busy highway in Nevada. While driving, he looked very panicked and frightened as if someone was chasing him. Unfortunately, when he made it through the deserted and sandy road, the car broke down in the middle of the road. So, he had to continue walking near the Nevada border with a suitcase full of money and important documents stolen from his client. Elsewhere, near the Nevada border, two police officers were seen talking. A young policewoman named Valerie Young gets a gun as a gift from her boss, Coleman. She tried her new gun with shrewd hand movements like a cowboy. Later, the two policemen received information that there had been a commotion at a wedding not far from the Nevada casino. They both went straight to the scene. When they got there, the commotion was already chaotic. Several people were fighting in front of the building, and when getting out of her car, Young had to shoot a gun into the air as a warning to stop the commotion. Suddenly, she is attacked from behind by Teddy, a business consultant who had previously fled in a police car, and his car broke down near the Nevada border. Teddy hit Young from behind until she fell to the ground. Young's partner finally pointed a gun at him and Teddy raised his hand to surrender. Not long after, Young fires an electric gun to electrocute Teddy and manages to incapacitate him. Later, Young took him to the police station on charges of assault. When the arrest was taking place, a hitman named Bob Vidich was seen looking at Teddy from a distance. He was assigned to kill Teddy by one of Teddy's clients because he had stolen money and valuable documents. So the action of Teddy surrendering himself to the police station is an effort to protect himself from being chased by Bob, who will kill him. Arriving at the police station, Teddy was searched. The police found a lot of money that he was carrying in his suitcase and several confiscated documents as evidence. Young finds a gunshot wound to Teddy's stomach during a search and asks what happened. However, Teddy prefers to keep his mouth shut. Teddy was then thrown in a prison cell located at the back of the police station. He was placed alone in a cell and did not join the other inmates. Meanwhile, in another room, Coleman, Young's boss, received a report by telephone that his subordinates were suddenly hit by a very fast speeding car. The car was driven by a very drunk person. Finally, his men took the drunk man to the police station and detained him along with another drunk inmate in a prison cell. It turns out that the drunken man is Bob, the assassin who is after Teddy and is about to kill him. Bob deliberately gets himself drunk and bumps into the police to be put in the same prison as Teddy. When he sees Bob in his front cell, Teddy learns that Bob is a hitman who is after him. Then, he tries to offer him double what his client pays so he doesn't kill him. However, Bob, a professional assassin, certainly refuses the offer and will still carry out his mission to kill Teddy. Bob's cellmate, who is also a drunken prisoner, seems to have come to his senses. The inmate didn't seem to like to share a cell with other people and began to bully Bob by mocking him. The prisoner does not know that the person in the cell with him is a very dangerous assassin. Sure enough, at exactly noon, with a swift and deadly movement, Bob was able to knock his cellmate down until he vomited blood. Bob deliberately did this to create chaos and lure the police to his cell. Hearing the alarm in the police station ringing, Coleman, the boss at the police station, went straight to check on the situation. He went in and checked on Bob's cellmate, who was lying unconscious in his cell. However, Coleman, who was bending over to check the situation, was suddenly attacked by Bob from behind, and Bob managed to grab the gun that was tucked into his waist. Bob immediately pointed the gun at Teddy and fired successively as a target to finish him off. Luckily, Teddy managed to jump and hide under the bed. Bob's intention to kill Teddy was thwarted by Young, who suddenly pointed a gun at him. Young threatens to blow her gun straight into Bob's head if he attacks. Bob surrendered and his hands were handcuffed to the iron bars in the cell. Then, Young helped Coleman and the inmate in the same cell as Bob to be taken to the healthcare room. Young rushed back into the cell and interrogated Bob and Teddy. At first they both kept their mouths shut. However, after Young threatened to put Teddy in the same cell as Bob, Teddy was forced to speak up. He was working for a Nevada casino mob boss and tried to buy off the state's Attorney General William Fenton. When Fenton didn't cooperate and was brutally killed, it turned out he had recorded his conversations with Moretto. To save his own skin, Moretto agreed to work with the FBI, which led the mob boss to send hired killers after him. While Moretto and Vidich trade threats, a new killer enters the police station. Anthony Lamb, a second hitman hired to kill Moretto. Entering the station with a bouquet of balloons as cover, he quickly murders several police officers. Young discovers the carnage and retreats behind bulletproof glass to the holding cells containing Moretto and Vidich. In a hail of bullets, one of Young's own rounds ricochets and hits her in the abdomen. Corrupt police officer Huber, who has been stealing drugs from the evidence locker and has killed the Sergeant Coleman during Lamb's shooting spree, reveals his betrayal to Young and joins forces with Lamb as they attempt to break through the wall of the holding cells. Moretto and Vidic appeal to Young for the keys to their cells. To the dismay of Vidic, Moretto manages to convince Young to hand him the keys with the promise that he will return with a medical kit for her. Young releases him to go after Huber and Lamb. Just as two of Young's fellow officers are shot by Lamb after they catch him and Huber trying to break through the wall, Moretto arrives on the scene and attacks Lamb and Huber. In a steam-filled shower room, Lamb shoots Huber by mistake while himself being stalked by Moretto. Meanwhile, Vidic shows up having finally convinced Young to release him too, stabs Lamb and offers Moretto the chance to kill Lamb and avenge the death of his ex and son. Moretto instead shoots both Vidic and Lamb. Moretto returns to the battered doors of the holding cells, seemingly to check on Young, but instead pours gasoline all over the room, intending to light the entire station on fire and leave the scene, revealing his true nature. Just as Moretto is about to leave, he is confronted by Young, who has meanwhile attended to her gunshot wound. She threatens to put him back in his cell, but Moretto kicks a gasoline bottle and shoots it, lighting the place on fire. Young engages in an intense gunfight with Moretto and is finally about to shoot him when another corrupt cop, Detective Dina Shire, the investigating officer on the Fenton case, arrives and shoots her instead. Dina is promptly shot by Vidic, who then also shoots Moretto to complete his contract. Vidic then helps Young to safety outside while advising her to let it go and escapes in a police car. While being taken away by an ambulance, Young gets a radio dispatch about a stolen police vehicle from the station. She leaves the paramedics by the wayside, hijacks the ambulance, and drives off in pursuit of Vidic, with both singing the same song. Thank you for watching, but before leaving please make sure that you click subscribe and turn on the notification so that you can enjoy watching more videos like this.